Chapter 1 Introduction to Computer Security. In terms of security, being alone is the best scenario for a person. This also applies to computers. A computer that does not connect to an external device is immune to security risks that might arise otherwise. However, because the world is currently on a path to becoming fully connected, it is not quite appropriate for a human or a computer to remain aloof in order to mitigate any security dangers. The interconnectedness of numerous gadgets and computers has brought various network dangers and their prevention to our attention. In this chapter, we will learn about computer security threats. Chapter 1 Cyber Security Threats. A cyber security threat refers to any potential malicious attack on your computer that seeks to unlawfully access data, steal or damage data stored on a computer, or harm your digital operations in any way. It is important to note that all computer security threats are constantly evolving. These adversaries are masters of disguise and deception, always evolving new ways to annoy, steal, and harm. Stay safe online by alarming yourself with information and resources to protect against complicated and rising computer security threats. Let us learn about some common types of cyber security threats. Malware. Malware is a short term used for malicious software. It is a type of malicious software designed to gain unauthorized access or to cause damage to a computer without the knowledge of the owner, to steal and even to sensitive data, to alter or to hijack computer functions, to monitor users' computer activity. Let us learn more about the different types of malware. Computer viruses. A virus or a computer virus is a piece of software code which is capable of copying itself and is designed to carry out malicious actions and wreak havoc on computer resources such as CPU time, memory, personal files, and sensitive data. Even if you are careful, you can pick up computer viruses through normal web activities like sharing music, files, or photos with other users. Visiting an infected website. Remember, the phrase computer virus was coined by Fred Cohen in 1985. Opening a spam email or an email attachment. Downloading free games, toolbars, media players and other system utilities. Installing mainstream software applications without thoroughly reading license agreements. Viruses behave differently depending on the reason or motivation behind their creation. Some of the most common motives behind creation of viruses include stealing passwords or data, corrupting files, spamming the user's email contacts, and even taking control of the user's machine. Some well-known viruses include CryptoLocker, I Love You, My Doom, Sasser, and Netsky Slammer Stuxnet. Worms. Worms are malicious codes which can replicate themselves without any human interaction and speed from one computer to another in a network. They are different from the virus in the fact that they do not require human action to travel over the network and spread from the infected machine to the whole network. Worms can spread either through a network using the loopholes of the operating system or via email. The replication and spreading of the worm over the network consumes the network resources like space and bandwidth and forces the network to choke. Spyware or adware. Spyware installs itself on the computer without the user's knowledge and monitors keystrokes, takes screenshots, reads chat, collects device and user information and forward it to the malicious owners of such a program. Loss of confidential information and identity theft are the threats posed by spyware. Adware is a special type of malware used for forced advertising. They either redirect the page to some advertising page or pop up an additional page which promotes some product or event. Adware is financially supported by the organizations whose products are advertised. Bots. Bot or Internet robot is a software program that programs automated, repetitive and predefined tasks. While bot may be utilized to perform useful jobs such as indexing a search engine, they often come in the form of malware. Malicious bot has the worm-like ability to self-propagate and gain total control over a computer. Some of the malicious activities performed by bot are listed below: gathering passwords, logging keystrokes, obtaining financial information, relaying spam, capturing and analyzing packets, launching DOS attacks, opening backdoors on the infected computer, exploiting backdoors opened by viruses and worms. Bot is usually used to infect a large numbers of computers. These computers form a botnet or a bot network. Trojans. Because the ancient Greeks were unable to invade Troy using regular combat methods, they presented the city's king a large wooden horse with hidden warriors and eventually defeated them. A Trojan or Trojan horse is a malicious program which on the face of it appears to be serving a beneficial and desirable purpose but actually harm the computers. A Trojan horse does not replicate or copy itself. Instead, it damages or undermines the computer's security. A Trojan horse is sent by someone or carried by another program, and it may appear as a useful software. It is frequently used to steal your login and password info. Malware. Rootkit. Rootkit is a pool of software tools that gets mounted in stealth along with some genuine software. Rootkit allows remote access and administrative control on a system. With these privileges, the rootkit performs malicious activities like disabling of antivirus, password sniffing, and key logging. Ransomware. Ransomware is a sort of malicious software that attempts to extract money from its victims. Until the ransom is paid, the attacker encrypts the victim's computer system files or prevents access to files or the computer system. Payment of the ransom does not guarantee that the files or system will be retrieved. In May 2017, a ransom WannaCry infected almost 2 lakh computers across 150 countries. It worked by encrypting data and demanding ransom payments in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency. It literally made its victims cry, and hence the name. Spam. Spam is unsolicited or undesired junk email that usually has promotional material. Senders of such emails are called spammers. Spam has a link that lures the user into clicking it. This confirms the user's email ID and may bring in more spam in future. Keyloggers. A keylogger can either be software or hardware. Its main purpose is to record the keys pressed by a user on the keyboard. A keylogger makes logs of daily keyboard usage and may send it to an external entity. In this way, very sensitive and personal information like passwords, emails, and private conversations can be revealed to an external entity without the knowledge of the user. One strategy to avoid the threat of password leaks by keyloggers is to use a virtual keyboard while signing into your online accounts from an unknown computer. A sample view of an online virtual keyboard is shown below. Rootkit. Phishing. Fraudulently acquiring sensitive information from users by impersonating trusted websites like banks and e-commerce merchants, etc. is called phishing. Phishers target details like PINs, passwords, and answers to security questions. Phishing, pronounced like the word fishing, occurs generally in the form of an email or through a legitimate sounding phone call. The message may claim that if you do not click on the link in the message and log on to a financial website, your account would be blocked or some other disaster would occur. Phishing. Pharming. When a website's traffic is redirected to another unauthorized fake URL, it is called pharming. Hackers somehow get access to the website's servers and manipulate the configuration files which identify the server as a host website on the internet. Farming. Modes of malware distribution. A malware once designed can take many routes to reach your computer. Some of the common distribution channels for malware are downloading from the internet. Most of the times, malware is unintentionally downloaded into the hard drive of a computer by user. Of course, the malware designers are smart enough to disguise their malware, but we should be very careful while downloading files from the internet, especially those highlighted as free stuff. Spam email. Unsolicited emails with embedded URLs or attachment files are common. These links or files may contain malware. Removable storage devices. Replicating malware often infects detachable storage media such as pen drives, SSD cards, music players, mobile phones, and other similar devices, infecting them with malware that then spreads to other systems to which they are connected. Network propagation. Some malware like worms have the ability to propagate from one computer to another through a network connection. Modes of symptoms of malware infection. Common signs of some malware infection include the following. Frequent pop-up windows prompting you to visit some website and or download some software. Changes to the default home page of your web browser. Mass emails being sent from your email account. A computer being unusually slow and having frequent crashes. Unknown programs start up as you turn on your computer. Programs opening and closing automatically. Sudden lack of storage space, random messages, sounds, or music starting to surface. Programs or files appearing or disappearing without your knowledge. Symptoms of combating malware. Malware exists and continues to evolve, and so does the mechanism to combat them. As the saying goes, prevention is better than cure. We are listing here some preventive measures that can be taken against the malware discussed earlier. Using antivirus, anti-malware and related software and updating them on a regular basis. Configuring your browser security settings. Always checking for a lock button in the address bar while making payments. Never using pirated or unlicensed software. Instead, going for free and open source software, FOSS. Applying software updates and patches released by manufacturers. Taking a regular backup of important data. Enforcing firewall protection in the network. Avoiding entering sensitive passwords, PINs, or personal information on unknown or public computers. Avoiding entering sensitive data on an unknown network like Wi-Fi in a public place and while using your own computer. Avoiding clicking on links or downloading attachments from unsolicited emails. Scanning any removable storage device with an antivirus software before transferring data to and from it. Never sharing your online account or banking password pins with anyone. Removing all the programs that you don't recognize from your system. Not installing an anti-spyware or antivirus program presented to you in a pop-up or ad. Using the pop-up Windows X icon located on the top right of the pop-up to close the ad instead of clicking on the close button in it. Upon noticing that an installation has been started, cancelling immediately to avoid further damage. Combat malicious smartphone applications. Many popular smartphone applications contain malicious code that steals information from the phone's memory, such as the address book data without the owner's knowledge. Personal information obtained in this manner is passed on to hackers who use it to penetrate cybercrimes such as spam campaigns, billing frauds, and cyber scams. Every popular app is not worth installing. Smartphone safety measures. Set up emergency numbers for instant calling. Do not use your cell phone everywhere. Keep your senses free to perceive other stimuli like while crossing a road, driving, using escalators, and in crowded areas. Get rid of unwanted data as soon as possible. Keep your phone data tidy. Protect your phone from physical theft. Make it a habit to check for it while leaving any place. Maintain good password and pattern protection. Keep the antivirus and software updated. Sign out of and close the app that is used. A set of guiding principles for using computers without causing harm to others is computer ethics. Strict to them. Malicious. Other cybersecurity threats. The following are a few more things that can pose threat to your cybersecurity. Work default passwords. Some of the most common passwords are surprisingly simple. Examples include 123456 and QWERTY. Most computer systems provide default passwords when first set up. If these are not changed, this puts computers at risk. Here are some simple rules for you to follow for making it harder for a computer to crack a password. Have a password that is 6 or more characters long. Include upper and lower case letters. Include numbers. Include symbols. Avoid incorporating information that may be easy to guess, such as names of family members, relatives, or date of birthdays, etc. Misconfigured access rights. Access rights set up what can and cannot be seen when someone logs into a system. If these are not set up correctly in an email server, a person may be able to see someone else's emails. If a person accesses an account that he does not have permission to see, he might break the law. Read more about this in the Ethical, Legal and Environmental Impacts of Digital Technology Study Guide. Other cyber. Sum up. Any outside attack that can damage or harm your computer, computer resources, data, software, etc. and the user in any way is called a cyber threat. Malware are malicious software codes that can harm the computer and data stored on the computer. Viruses, worms, spyware and ransomware are examples of malware. Viruses are a type of malware which are triggered by a human action. They can replicate themselves and harm the computer. Worms are malware that can replicate without human involvement. Phishing is a type of cyber fraud wherein the user is tricked into revealing his personal information, which is then misused to steal money from his account or commit some crime. To prevent malware attacks, we should be careful and should use antivirus software. Sum up.